republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back once again. It is a windy. It is a Wednesday, and we are back with the Welcome to Gun Series, Episode 8. And today we are going to discuss holsters. It's kind of one of my favorite topics when it comes to carrying a firearm. And I almost say favorite topics, but kind of pet peeves, because there's about 1,000 different types of holsters out there, and people get it wrong. And there's 1,000 crappy holsters out there as well. So when you get this gun and when you start to train with it and you start to learn how it works, and eventually maybe your goal is you want to actually carry that gun on your person, you know, when you go throughout your day. There's a ton of different holsters out there, different ways to carry the guns. And we're going to discuss those today. We're going to discuss what is proper, what is safe, what is good, what I recommend, what I don't recommend, and why. And then, of course, when it comes with like everything, we discussed ammo last time, we're going to discuss all the gimmicky bullcrap that's out there as well. So first things first, let's just boil it down here. Let's talk different types of holsters and kind of the acronyms and terminology. So your basic ones is what you have what we call IWB holster, and that stands for in the waistband, and that's a holster that is going to be a concealed style holster, and it is going to be on the inside of your pants, on the inside of your waistline, tucked inside right there. That's why it's called IWB, inside the waistband. Then the next one is going to be OWB, which stands for outside the waistband. Now, this can be a concealed carry holster as well. It's not going to be inside your waistband like it states. It's going to be outside, so it can also be open carry. If your shirt is tucked in, or maybe you don't have a hoodie or a jacket on, right, the gun's going to be seen. That's going to be considered open carry. To be considered concealed carry, you'd have to have that shirt over the top of it. Now, it's a little harder to conceal a gun when you're wearing it OWB, depending on your dress. I would say definitely if you're going to conceal carry, you really need to look into an IWB holster. Another one is going to be, and this is the one I prefer, it's kind of like an IWB holster, but it's called an AIWB holster, and that's appendix inside the waistband holster. Now, an appendix inside the waistband holster, appendix referring to where you carry the gun, actually. It's kind of right over your appendix. It's right there, what we call center line, right? Center line carry, appendix carry. Makes a lot of people nervous. We'll get into why. So a regular IWB can be carried anywhere on the waist, right? From like the 3 o'clock position. I prefer the 3 o'clock forward to the appendix. So that's where you should carry a gun if you're going to carry it. Anything behind your hip is you're asking for trouble. People can snatch the gun. I just posted a video up about someone who was carrying in their back pocket, actually, and the gun was taken from them, and there's not much you can do to defend it at that point. So I always encourage IWB for concealed carry and IWB anywhere from the hip forward. And I prefer AIWB, which... Now, anytime you carry AIWB or even IWB, people go, oh, it just feels weird. It feels horrible. Like I can feel the gun. It's not comfortable. Carrying a gun should be comforting, not comfortable. You're going to experience a slight bit of discomfort. You should expect to feel that and to experience that. It is what it is. This is what's going to happen. Get a pair of pants that fits properly. Mine, I have to get a pair of pants that's about 2 inches bigger in the waist than what I usually would buy, so to make room for the gun. But you have all these different ways of these different types of holsters: IWB, OWB, AIWB. Now let's talk about what makes a holster good. So one of the key things when you carry a gun, because hopefully you're carrying your gun and it is loaded, and obviously when you have the gun holstered, especially if you're carrying appendix, you do not want that gun to go off. That is a pretty chief concern, a big concern, right? So what you have to do to keep that gun from firing is to protect the trigger, okay? You protect the trigger by using a good holster, I like Kydex style holster. Kydex is a nice hard thermoformed plastic. It's custom fit to your specific weapon, to your specific gun, and it helps retain that firearm by popping into place. And we've all experienced holsters, or at least have handled some, I'm sure. So that's what I recommend, is a good Kydex holster. Leather is cool. They make lots of holsters out of leather. Leather is cool. They can make leather really thick and really durable, and even stiffen it up a little bit, sometimes with Kydex or something, in between two layers of leather. But leather will wear out, and it does not grip your gun well. And I've seen a lot of negligent discharges where people go to reholster their gun, the leather is worn out, the leather bends over, and it grabs that trigger, and bang, the gun fires. So I would definitely shy away from leather. The other type of stuff is they have what they call injection molded plastic. It's kind of like Kydex, but it's not. It's just straight up plastic. It's not going to be as durable as Kydex. I think long term, I think Kydex is going to be your go-to. It's just all around better in every way imaginable. Then you have different cloth style holsters, like what's the word? Kind of like a canvasy type material. You see them in a lot of these holsters. We call them Uncle Mike's holsters. You will see them a lot in that brand, that style holsters, and they're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. So in a holster, you want that good solid material. I like Kydex, like I said, that protects the trigger, but you also want it to retain the mouth opening. You don't want that to collapse. If you're carrying IWB and you need to reholster your gun, you don't want your holster to have collapsed shut, right? You want it to hold its form, hold its shape, so you can reholster, which is honestly, reholstering a loaded gun is probably one of the more dangerous parts of the draw and parts of anything that you can do, because you need to make sure that is kept open. And a nice Kydex holster with a stiff mouth opening does that properly every single time. You don't have to worry about it, right? I honestly, it's in my brain, if it's not Kydex, it's not a good holster. Like, just shy away from everything else, right? And if you're going to decide to carry your gun like off the body, and even in like a bag, women lots of times will carry off the body or in the bag, or a purse carry or something like that, I would go ahead and really encourage you and tell you that you need to make sure your gun is still in a holster in that bag to protect that trigger. Proper holster in the bag like that. You can use Velcro. You can situate the holster at the right angle to where your gun is right there if you need it. You reach your hand in there. You don't have to, search around for the grip. You don't have to pull it out barrel first. You reach it in there. You reach your hand in there. You grip the gun. You draw it from the holster and essentially from the pocket, and the holster stays behind in the pocket, and then you are good to go. You are good to engage. It's that much cleaner, it's that much organized, and it's a whole lot safer. Good holsters are the key to carrying a gun safely. Like, it really is. Protect that trigger, the gun won't go bang. Unless you're carrying like a SIG P320 or something like that. You should be good to go, honestly. Spend the money in a holster. A good holster is not going to be super expensive, but it's not going to be super cheap. I would say, depending on what you're getting in the style, now there's a ton of different styles now that are out there, even with Kydex holsters. I would don't buy a cheap holster. Plan on spending anywhere from, I will say, like $80 to about $130, depending on what you're getting. But good holsters are worth their weight in gold. It's going to keep you safe, and it's going to make it so you can get to your gun quicker and smoother and all those things, right? You don't want to go super cheap, or you're gonna end up buying another one. I mean, you really are. So there you go. AIWB, IWB, OWB. Holsters are important. Get a good one. Spend some money on it. Find out what works for you. Ask friends that you know, people that you know. Go online. Watch videos, watch reviews, and watch out for the gimmicky holsters. There is a ton of gimmicky holsters out there. The gun goes in a little pocket that hangs inside your pants. It hangs down your leg. if it doesn't protect the trigger and it's not Kydex, it's not worth anything. Don't get it. Don't even consider it. Stay away from those gimmicky things. Stay away from them. That's how people get shot, folks. That's how people get shot. So there you go. I hope that information works out well for you. Again, thanks for listening. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in a week with another Welcome to Guns episode. Bye.